So there's this guy in your life and you know he likes you and you like him too. You have a great time together. And he says he's looking for a relationship and you have told him that you're ready for one too. But then something happens. He starts pulling away. He tells you that things are crazy at work, or he's got some family drama going on, or he's got exams to study for, he's got this opportunity to go traveling, and he's not sure he can make it work anymore. And he wants to be honest with you because he likes you a lot, but he's not in the right headspace for a relationship. However, he would love to stay friends. What do you do? Well, the answer might just surprise you. Hi, I'm Amy Waterman. I am a love expert here at yourbrilliance.com. And hey, if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? In this video, I will be sharing a peek inside the male mind. You'll discover why men tend to pull away when they're going through major changes in their life and why it doesn't have to spell the end for your relationship. So to understand why guys do this, there is one thing you need to know. Guys compartmentalize relationships. So think of a guy's life as this bubble, and inside are all of these smaller bubbles representing different areas of his life, like health, his career, his family, finances, spirituality, romance, and so forth. Each bubble is a different size based on a guy's priorities at that moment. So he might be in this stage where he's really focused on his health and he's spending hours at the gym. And as a result, he's spending less time with his family. Now, that doesn't mean that his family isn't important to him. It just means that he has limited time in the day. And right now, he's choosing to spend that time on something else. None of us have infinite time and energy. And so if we need to spend extra time and energy on one thing, we have to take back the time and energy we're spending on different things. Keep that point in mind because it's key to what I'll be explaining next. It's often not until a guy's life is going well, so he's happy at his job, he's happy with his fitness, he's in a good headspace, that he is ready to devote time and energy to a serious relationship. Romance is a priority for him, and he has plenty of time to spend with you. And you are loving every minute with him. He is devoted, he's available, and it feels like this could really be going somewhere when suddenly something changes in his life. So maybe his housing situation becomes unstable, or there's a round of layoffs at work, or he gets offered this major opportunity. And now that area of his life is demanding his attention. Right? He's got a lot to figure out, and he needs time and energy to do it. So something has to give, and often what gives is his love life. So he comes to you and he says that he can't be in a relationship right now. And you don't understand because you thought he wanted a relationship. You thought he liked you. What just changed? Like, is he breaking up with you? Is it over? And if it's over, then why does he say he still wants to be friends? Like, why does he keep texting you? No wonder you're confused because you are thinking like a woman. We women are different. As women, we don't compartmentalize love, we center love. So for a woman, the center of her life is love. Love is a constant, and all the other areas of her life radiate off from that. So if a woman's love life is going well, then everything else in her life is manageable. And if her love life isn't going well, then nothing in her life feels like it's going right. So she can't understand why a man would sideline her just because he's having issues at work. Like, surely love keeps us centered during those difficult times. But guys don't always see it that way. A guy sees himself as having a limited amount of time and energy, and he wants to give every area of his life his full focus, but he can't. And right now, there are urgent issues in his life that are demanding his attention. So he's got to back off from the relationship to free up the resources he needs to deal with it. And in his mind, he has no choice because the relationship is using up time and energy he needs for other things. Now, good guys will tell you this up front. They will tell you that they don't have enough time and energy to devote to you the way they'd like. If they're going to be in a relationship, they're going to do it 100%. And if they can't give 100%, they would rather hold off and not make any promises. So maybe at some point you can catch up again later when the timing is better. Now, for many of us women, that feels like rejection. He's saying he doesn't want to be with you. And his reasons seem pretty flimsy, because if he really loved you, he would move mountains to be with you. He wouldn't let the small matter of job upheaval keep you apart. And that would be true if you were already in a long-term relationship. But in the early days of a relationship, you are still only a very small part of a man's life. He has this whole life that he's been living that you aren't a part of yet. And his loyalty is to his life. He wants to have his life sorted before he feels comfortable inviting a woman into it. But why do guys do this? Why do guys put all of the other stuff going on in their life before their relationship? Surely a relationship is more important than anything else. Well, this is another area where men and women tend to differ. For a lot of men, especially the successful and driven and ambitious men, what makes life meaningful is their purpose. So their purpose is what they have been put here on this earth to do. It might be their career or their activism or their vocation, or just this feeling of being born for something more. And they've been taught that their purpose is the most important thing in their life, not love and not relationships. Relationships come second. Love is a luxury, but it's not a necessity. Now, you and I are shaking our heads and thinking, what kind of life is that? Everyone knows that love is the only thing that matters. But we're women, and guys have often received a very different education, such as from teachers like masculinity expert David Data. Data wrote this hugely influential book called The Way of the Superior Man, in which he really emphasizes the importance of a man's purpose. He writes, every man knows that his higher purpose in life cannot be reduced to any particular relationship. If a man prioritizes his relationship over his highest purpose, he weakens himself, deserves the universe, and cheats his woman of an authentic man who can offer his full undivided presence. Yes, Data is actually saying that a man disappoints his partner when he puts their love first. And he claims that women only respect men who put their purpose first. And he gives this example of a soldier being called to fight. His wife is crying at the door as he prepares to leave, begging him to stay. Does she really want him to stay, though? Data says no. If he chooses his relationship over the call to battle and he stays home with her while all the other men go off and fight, she would lose all respect for him. To be a man, he has to put his purpose before his relationship. Now, men hear lessons like this and they take them to heart. And they learn that to be a man means prioritizing their purpose over love. So if a man's purpose is in jeopardy because the heat has been turned up at work, or he's been laid off, or he's got this difficult year of study ahead, he will postpone relationships while he works on getting his life back on track. Now, that doesn't mean he doesn't still like you. And that doesn't mean he doesn't still have feelings for you. It just means that he has a higher calling and he believes he must follow it or risk betraying his purpose as a man. Now, some women punish men for doing that. They say, you're clearly not committed to this relationship. Either you choose me or we break up. And other women feel really personally rejected because they're certain he's not telling the truth. Still, other women see it as a request. So they respect the fact that he's being honest and they don't take it personally. When a man tells you that he can't be in a relationship right now because he's got things going on in his life, he's asking you to respect his need to take a step back. His life just got a whole lot more complicated. He needs to have back that time and energy he's spending on you. And you may not even know the full extent of what's going on for him. We've all got things going on that we don't share with anyone. The more complicated life becomes, the less energy we have for others. Wanting more than a man has to give is a recipe for disaster. A guy friend of mine had a very demanding job in software development, and he was a really great guy and he was super successful, but he would not date because he kept finding that women wanted more time than he had to give. Like his work hours were crazy and he wanted love, but he was tired of having women get mad at him for not being available enough. And finally, somebody told him the solution: date a crazy busy woman, because busy people understand the challenges of having too much to balance on their plate. So if you like this guy and you think there's potential, don't stand in the way of what he thinks he needs to do. Let him go with grace. You can say, do what you need to do. I get it. I really enjoyed being with you, and maybe we could catch up again sometime when life settles down. In the meantime, best of luck to you. And then you go home and you pull up your online dating profile and you throw yourself back out there into the dating pool. Because, hey, if you hooked a guy as great as him, you can do it again. You are on a roll right now. Now, I know it is really hard to let go of somebody that you like a lot, but have faith in your own destiny. You were made to love, and you will find love. Maybe with this guy, but maybe with another. Only a very confident woman can let a man she likes a lot go with a smile, because she knows he needs to do this thing. She sends him on his way with her blessings. She knows he'll remember her, and she leaves it up to fate whether they reconnect again. But the fact that he wants to stay friends sends a very clear message that he is hoping she will keep that door open. In the meantime, you've got your own things to do and your own love life to pursue. And your purpose may lead you to somebody completely different, or it may lead you back to him. Who knows? Love is this great mystery, and that's a lot of the fun. So let me ask you, do you have any love questions for me? If you've got a question that you would like me to answer on my show, then make sure to pop it in the comments box below, because I love hearing from you. Take really, really good care of yourself, and I will see you next time.